Money is something that nearly all of us have to manage on a daily basis. Yet strangely, money management is a skill that is rarely taught. People often find themselves living week to week and rely on credit to meet their financial commitments. Credit debt is at epidemic proportions in Australia and the interest is running.
What's going on here?
Many people, regardless of how much they earn, slip further and further into the debt cycle without any real strategy to fix the situation and often with devastating effects on their relationships. Getting into financial difficulty is never something anyone deliberately sets out to do.
A long time ago, when I was about 18 years old, I worked with somebody who always looked fantastic in great clothes, and I wanted to do the same thing. And so I started spending a lot of money on fashion, and it just never stopped. So over a 10-year period of time, I just shopped and spent all the money that I earned and had a great time, but not a great financial time.
My husband and I split up, and I tried to keep the house that we had together. I tried to keep it on my own, and I couldn't, and I found it just too hard, and it was getting harder and harder, and therefore I found that I couldn't keep things going myself. I was getting behind with my bills and stuff like that.
Miscalculating the funds, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was difficult because, as I said, we haven't had to pay for mortgages and that sort of thing before in the past. And we saw the opportunity here at the beginning of the housing boom to buy into a nice area, a nice house, which we thought we could afford, and at the time we probably could, but not being used to budgeting properly.
Neither of us being good at budgeting?
No, not at all. But that's where we had our first problems. Suddenly the mortgage was a bit bigger, the credit card debt got bigger, and it just seemed to snowball from there.
I was involved with a partner. We weren't living together or anything, but I went guarantor on a loan, and unfortunately for myself, she left and I was left with the debt.
2 years ago now was when it first started really hitting home. The last lot of school fees for the year. We found that we didn't have the money there for it. We had to borrow from parents, and then it was difficult to pay them back. Just with the credit card debt, paying off the interest on that every month. We just weren't putting any money away. We weren't able to set the money aside for what we needed.
It really came down to a point in my life when I really wanted things, a stable home. When I start a family, I want to bring up children in a stable home without financial struggle. So, I took a good, long, hard look at myself and didn't see good financial habits happening. So, going to MyBudget was about not me leaning on my family, not leaning on my friends, but taking the control of the situation myself.
MyBudget can eliminate the stress and worry of your financial situation without borrowing money. Here's how it works. Your employer pays your wages directly into your MyBudget trust account. We then deposit your living expenses directly into your personal bank account, which you draw on as you need it. You forward your bills to us at MyBudget, and we pay your creditors on your behalf. Your MyBudget account manager acts as an intermediary between you and your creditors. You inform us of your bills and any changes in your situation, and we provide you with monthly statements and information. We negotiate with your creditors and provide them with information. You may have tried to create a budget for yourself before and it didn't work. It really takes time to develop the skills needed to successfully manage yourself out of debt.
Hi John, this is Kelly from MyBudget. How are you?
Calling MyBudget is the first step to your financial well-being. Our MyBudget consultant will ask you some basic questions about your situation. We then make an appointment for you to meet with one of our trained financial counsellors. The interview is free and is designed to analyse your financial situation. So it's important for you to bring in all of your bills.
I will schedule that in for our consultant to see you at 2 o'clock on Tuesday. Fantastic. Thank you.
At the interview, a MyBudget financial counsellor will sit down with you and gather information to determine an accurate picture of your financial situation. More importantly, however, are your financial goals.
Okay, so financially, what are your main objectives?
Get out of debt, and save some money, and maybe finally go on a holiday.
These are different for everyone, but once these are established, we can set out to achieve them. We determine your income, your assets, any loans, ongoing expenses, and bills which are due.
And are they usually around $190?
Normally about 130 or 140.
This process usually takes about 45 minutes, and once we have all your data, we analyse your information and create a budget plan that will work for you.
Okay, Jane, now I've analysed your budget and it actually all looks fantastic. So what I'm going to do is run through it with you.
Your MyBudget plan is a strategy to reach your financial goals. Every budget even has a savings plan built in. Your new budget is yours to keep, free. There is no obligation to join. If you choose to join, there is an initial setup fee, which is budgeted into your plan, and an ongoing management fee, which is often less than the interest and late penalties most clients used to incur. Our fees vary depending on the complexity of your situation. How would it feel to permanently eliminate your financial stress and have your finances professionally managed for you?
Excellent, okay.
Yeah. Peace of mind?
Peace of mind. I'd probably even go a bit further than that, to go towards exciting. To think, hey, this is great, we can actually get on top of it. I personally had been worried about it for so long and had got myself in such a state over it that I couldn't think of anything else. All of a sudden, they've come along with a plan for us and said, hey, you can achieve your goals. You're going to have to tighten your belt in certain areas, but at the end of it, you should be right. It was great.
When MyBudget took over sorting all of my finances out for me, it was like a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. I know that's a bit cliche, but it was like the clouds going away. This was the next step of my life, of really taking control of my financial situation and learning some fantastic habits about creating a really positive financial future for myself.
It's been great. There's been all my bills are paid on time, and they work out a plan for the money that I need, and that even for my social side of things, it's almost like they're my own private money advisors. If I came into money and won the lottery or anything like that just now, I would still stick with them, because I don't have to worry about bills, and it's great.
Give them a ring, just pick up the phone and ring them, because it's fantastic and it will change your life, because it just takes so much pressure off of you. Just do it.
If someone's in financial difficulty, then definitely give MyBudget a call. They are very approachable, very understanding.
I would have no problem with recommending MyBudget. The time that I had spent with them was great. I learnt a lot, and they provided me with a lot of stability, which I needed at the time.
The advice that I would give to somebody who's in financial difficulty is definitely to pick up the phone and give MyBudget a call, suss them out on their website. You don't have to struggle on your own. There is support out there, and it's you're not to feel bad about going to see them, because it's such an exceptional service for people that not only are in financial strife and need some assistance getting out of that, but also for people who just want to save some money and don't necessarily have the right saving skills to save what they want to get together. So it's not. From my perspective, it's not just helping me get out of what was a bad financial situation, but also propel myself into what can be a really positive financial situation in the future.
It's not an indignity to say, hey, I'm in trouble, and ask for some help. Go in there as soon as you can. You don't have to be on death's door. Get there before they start knocking on the door with the eviction notices. If you start a lot earlier, it's going to be a lot easier to work with them.
And you wish you had done it months ago.
For sure.
So call MyBudget and make an appointment. There's no obligation, and it could change your life.